So, what are the current focus in management accounting nowadays? Management accounting is not just accounting or recording transactions or presenting reports. It helps Management accounting helps in the success or failure of an organization. So now we have the customer focus theme, value chain and supply chain analysis, key success factors, and continuous improvement and benchmarking. So on under the focus on the customer, we have cost leadership, wherein an organization or a business leads the market in such ways that they are the cheapest one. They are able to provide the product at the lowest possible cost. So when they do that, customers actually want the product at a lower price. Of course, who does not want that? So as a focus on the customer, they develop mechanisms to create the product or to make the product without spending too much on labor, overhead, and materials, in such a way that they can provide the product at a lower price. So as a focus on the customer as well, we tend to see specific needs that the customer would want for a product, and that is where differentiation comes through. So a product is considered different from other products when it provides a value that other products of similar kind cannot offer. For example, in cellular phones, why do we purchase iPhone products? Because of the value that we get from the product that is not present on other cellular phones. So what value is that? That is not actually the cellular phone itself. Sometimes it is the image of the product, the status that it provides to you, because generally when you are using Apple products or iPhone, it elevates your status in status. It elevates your status. So that is something that is an intangible value that the product offers, that it is a result of product differentiation, because it does not conform with what the other products are offering. But if you would analyze the movement of products like Apple and Android products, you see that there are some things from the Apple platform that are derived from Android, like customization, because previously iOS systems cannot be customized, but now we can somehow customize our home screen, and it gets closer to the interface that it has from the Android platform that we know. However, the baseline of the iOS is still as we know it before, which is something that is banked upon by iPhone users. Also, remember, why do we purchase our iPhone? There are a number of factors to consider there, but I believe one thing is because of its premium feel, or premium impact. Like when you're holding an iPhone, it says something else about you. I don't know, but for others, that is one of their reasons. For others, it just seems nicer. Value chain and supply chain. Value chain was already mentioned before. Sequence of business function in which usefulness is added to the products or services of a company. Supply chain involves external parties. So in here, we also consider the suppliers up to the delivery of the product. Key success factors. So cross-functional teams we usually are we traditionally see teams on based on their expertise. Like operations teams are experts on the operation side of an organization. The accounting department are experts on the accounting. HR department are experts on hiring, on the human resource side, on development, and so on. These concepts of specialization are at which cross-functional teams bank upon, because in an organization there are people with different expertise, and creating cross-functional teams enables the company to develop something from that team that comes from different perspectives of the organization. That actually helps the organization in developing techniques or any possible courses of action, which is a result of the collaboration of these individuals from different sides of the organization, different aspects of the organization, only to achieve one goal. So it's like the Avengers. When the Avengers unite, they have one goal of defeating someone, but they actually come from different perspectives and different expertise, in which when they combine those expertise, they actually succeed in defeating the villain. Computer integrated manufacturing is already mentioned a while ago. So next would be product life cycle. Determining the product life cycle enables us to see how much time it takes for our product to be taken from production up to the shelf. So it is the life of the product from the time that it is actually placed in the market up to its purchase. It is necessary to determine such because it helps in for us in planning how much units do we need to produce. Also, it helps us in planning when production should start, because if the product life cycle is short, then we need to have a robust production process. It is necessary now for us to know these time constraints in our business, because time is of the essence when an organization is not able to provide for an item when it is needed. Necessarily, those who needs the product would look for the product elsewhere. That is why when it is needed urgently, it needs to be delivered urgently. That is the case for our vaccines nowadays. That's why they need to expedite. Those organizations which develop the vaccine needs to expedite their production and their research and development for such product, because by the time that someone beat them to the development of the product, then the development would be of no value already. Even if something would rise that is more efficient than the other, like for example, right now we are having vaccines that are 95% efficient. What if something that is 100% efficient arrives after 3 years? Does it make that product relevant still? It is something for us to think, right? But I believe it won't be relevant anymore, because by that time there might be so few cases already because of us being, I hope by that time we are already vaccinated. Time-based competition. So this is what I was mentioning just now. Global competition. So in here, a firm should be able to cope up with the demands of international markets because ultimately, global competition is also it's localized. That's why we have a term that they coined, glocal, because global is now local. You can become global at the comfort of your own home. Some organizations are able to compete globally by joining platforms that expose their products internationally. That's why some items locally might not be saleable in our local platform but are actually saleable overseas. I actually know a number of products that are such. Information and communication technology management. Information technology is something that is considered an investment because when you have a very efficient information technology, it enables you to acquire reports when needed, whenever needed, however it is needed, because such information technology, when implemented successfully, it helps in assisting the decision makers in decisions that they are going to make moving forward. So in here, it is to be noted that reports are needed on a timely manner, right? So therefore, if we are able to produce reports as soon as needed, then decisions, as soon and as frequently needed, then decisions can be made when needed as well. Cost management is in wide use, although of different terminologies. What we mean by cost management is basically managing costs, planning, controlling costs in such a way that we get to see costs, the source of such costs, and how to mitigate further spending for such item. Continuous improvement is a business strategy wherein we tend to eliminate waste, simplify design. So here we can consider here our value chain analysis, total quality management, theory of constraints as items that are used in continuous improvement. So I believe this is used by Toyota in Japan. We have a term here, Kaizen. Competitive strategy. This is an advantage that some business has over the other business that causes them to have an advantage that causes them to be better than the other. So a competitive advantage is an edge towards other businesses. So actually that ends our first module. So I hope we get prepared for our activities and end of module quiz. So I guess that's